Hello, friend. Welcome back. Thank you for your patience as I inconsistently bring you videos. And to anyone that is new and my channel has bumped into you, I am beyond grateful that that has happened. Today's conversation is going to be the first 6 months of 2020 and the transiting program and how it really is supporting us. So first, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Leanne Wolf. I am a human design and BG5 business professional. I am a coach. I am a teacher. I am the creator of the self-mastery movement. I am a cattle rancher, and I am the mama of lots of four-legged furry family friends. So the reason I just wanted to pop on here today is this. Since the new year of human design, which was January 22nd, 2020, man, have we ever had a whirlwind of information fly through the matrix. We have had so much shock, so many things take place. But I want to drop you in to really, what did the new year say to us? What was the beginning of this new year? What was it indicating to us? So the rave new year always lands. Always lands when the 41st gate is in the sun. Why? Because that's the start codon. And the start codon basically gives us the beginning of every new year, every new experience. This is the beginning of it all. And it always comes in 41, 31. Always. What is the influence going to happen this year? What are we going to manifest this year? What's going to happen this year? Through our own ability to contract down to one experience at a time. Well, holy, 2020 has thrown us like multiple experiences continuously for, today's recording is June 18th. So being able to understand that the transiting program can do two things to us, always. It can condition us to live on the mental plane through a mental process, pushing us to sense the energies and then think that those energies are us and that we must take action on all of that energy. Or we can witness the experience of the evolution, trust in our own strategy and authority, and be influenced. Remember, every year starts off with this influence. Be influenced into the correct experience of this 41st gate. Always. That's what it says every single year. Stand true to yourself. Be in your own design. And you'll be influenced into your correct experience. Okay? But as we walk through here, just play around with me a little bit and just see. So the North Node is saying, listen, you're going to have to keep still in all of this year. You're going to have to be able to come back to self and stay still and really enjoy the process, right? Come to a place of joy. We are all moving in this evolution. There is a logical pattern that's happening here. Just come back to joy. Stand in joy, recognize the vitality, and just play around in the energy. And the moon was also sitting there saying, listen, just be in joy. Can we enjoy this crazy ass movie? Can we enjoy it? Because we're really able to hone in on this approach. What do people want? What's going on? What are we obeying to? What are we obeying in the bloodline leadership that maybe we need to take a look at? Friends and family? Well, that has been a massive conversation this year, a massive conversation. We've been isolated with our families and sometimes without our families. Friends and family, and being, isolated away from them, self-isolated away from them, has been very difficult. And what is the pattern? What is the fixed rhythm? What has been happening logically to let all of this stuff take place? And the 38th gate, this opposition, we've felt this opposition. As individuals, we have been, asked to basically strip away our bonding ability. And that opposition to that bonding ability has been very difficult. Now, the 38th gate, it's the fighter. What are you fighting for in your individual movement forward? Are you actually recognizing the value of your individuality in this last 6 months of craziness? Are you fighting for your individuality? And I don't mean going out into the street and rioting and spray painting and hurting other people. That's not what I'm talking about. Are you able to sit in concentration, recognize the influence that these movies are providing to us, contracting down to the correct experience, and fighting for your own joy, fighting for your own ability to stay still? Have you been able to do that? And I have talked a lot about this 61st gate. We began the year with both Saturn, which is our discipline, and Pluto, which is our truth and transformation. Both of those planets have been sitting in the 61st gate of inner truth. We began the year there. The 61, Pluto's still sitting in the 61. Saturn has now moved on. But the 61 and individuality is all about mutation. What do you know? So there's a law of the knower. You know what you know. You know what you know, but is it necessary that you know it? And you know that you can never know the unknowable. And being able to recognize that you know what you know, and it's all good. There are things that, you could know, but is it necessary? For example, I have absolutely zero idea. I have no knowing on even how this computer and this camera really are working for me. I don't know. Do I need to know that in order to get by? Do I need to know all the guts and the mechanics and all of that to get by? No. But what I do need to know is my own frequency and my mechanics of my design. But I really don't actually need to know how this computer works. I turn it on and it works. Yay. And then there are things that we don't need to know. They're totally unknowable. And that's okay. Humans have been pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing to know, how did we all start? There's lots of theory, lots of speculation. Do we know? We don't know. We don't know even why we're here. I speculate on that. I speculate and say, hey, we're here because, we're here to help the evolution. How do I know that? I have no idea. We're here to help the consciousness field. I have absolutely no idea why we're here. But what design is saying to us is just love it. Just enjoy it. Just sit in it. And just be truthful that, you know what you know and you don't know what you don't know. And be in your own inner truth of knowing, in amongst all the craziness. And the 27th gate has been, it's nourishment. Now, right inside this nourishment is There's selfishness and greed right in here. You need to fill your cup before you can give to anybody else. Self-care. The whole year started off with this, you know what? We're going to be in some super unusual energy. Can you nourish and have self-care within all of this? Can you use your energy correctly? And the 63rd gate, doubt. Doubt. We are going to have absolutely no understanding of all of this chaos and all of this destruction and all of this construction and anything that's happening in this illusion of Neptune. We are going to have no understanding until it is completed. We do not know why this pattern is happening. It is happening. We have no idea why. The mechanics are there. We will not be able to see it until after completion. So we're starting off the year with a ton of doubt. So when we look at this whole thing and how we started off, it doesn't look that chaotic, but basically you have a reflector chart here. There's no particular channels. There's no centers. Like, we are taking in a ginormous amount of wisdom. A ginormous amount of wisdom about the material plane, about our own love for self, our own direction, about the health and wellness of our physical bodies, and about the mental plane. Lots of information flowing through here. So why did I want to show you this? So I wanted to show you this just because I thought, you know what are all the things that have taken place? Well, this particular blog only gives us the first 100 days. And there was 26 shocking things that took place, from the bushfires in Australia to the Iranian general being killed, to the coronavirus, to Prince Harry and Meghan leaving the royals. We have all kinds of things here. We have plane crashes. We have more virus. We had the impeachment trial. Does anybody even remember that happened? We, again, we're talking about the virus. We had Kobe Bryant pass. Brexit. Oh, goodness. Look at all of this stuff that's taking place. So much. The WHO, Harvey Weinstein. Like, this has been a jam-packed, like one shock after another of things that are taking place on our planet. And can we even keep up? Our mental plane, our minds can barely even keep up. And this is just the first 100 days. Like, now, since then, we've also had rioting, and we've had protests, and we've had, self-isolation, back to protest. Like, it's been absolutely amazing. Now, I want to bring you to today. And I want to bring you to today because, again, we have another profound amount of energy here, asking us, assisting us, bringing us forward. In amongst all of this craziness for 6 months, have you been able to drop into a deeper depth of awareness and truth? Have you been able to come to a place of deep, deep awakening? And have you been open to the mutative energies that are permeating this planet? That the mutative energies are completely provoking us. They are provoking us. They are provoking us to look at the diversity of humanity. They are provoking us to recognize the limitations of our own design and then transcend that through correct decision making. They are provoking us to, check out what is the delusion that's happening on our planet. What is the delusion? Know that this is all a movie. And I love watching or listening to, sorry, I have mosquitoes in my house, Raw's information, because he's so funny, because in one breath he goes like, we are not creative beings. We are not creative beings at all. We are reactive beings. And then in the next breath, when you look at the individual circuitry, we are a creative force. And inside of this illusion or delusion, however you want to experience it, you can experience it however you'd like to. There is so much creativity because we are individuated. And through the individuation, we are bringing in mutative forces. Now, I don't know, I have no idea if you guys know or if you've seen. Do you know anybody without at least one gate of individuality? I don't. I've never seen that before. So if you do, I would love to have a conversation with that person to see how do they deal with the influence of mutation through everyone else. Now, for us that do have individual circuitry, the mutation is taking place through us. When we drop into melancholy, when we drop into our own creative force, the mutation can then assimilate. We can come out of it with a knowing or not, and then be able to present and explain that or not to the other person. So we are these conduits for the consciousness field, for the matrix. And the whole time through this entire crisis that has been absolutely teaching us day in and day out, and teaching us day in and day out, that what is us is awareness. What is us is awakening. And what is us is a mutative force for the consciousness field. And absolutely, absolutely supporting us in our mutative energy so that we can stand in our individual selves. So that we can make decisions based off of our individualism. So that we can really, truly see the mechanics of our design. And crisis is bringing that to us. This darkening of the light. So in mutation, right, when we're looking at the mutative energy, mutation and individuality goes through all 9 centers. And because it goes through all 9 centers, it has this emotional energy to it. And that, waiting for the mutation. But when you look at the wave of individuality cruises along. It's on this, it's kind of like nothing's happening. And then it spikes up. There's this inspiration. Hey, there's mutation happening here. And then it comes back down to this even energy and this clarity. But you don't know if the mutation has even happened yet, because mutation happens over time. The knowing is going to happen over time. There can be spontaneous mutation that drops in, but the knowing has to assimilate into the cells. So even though individuals are, it's in the now, it's happening, it's acoustic, it's frequency, the knowing doesn't happen like that. The mutation does. But the knowing of that mutation needs to have time to assimilate. That is why it's a 7-year process. So a 7-year process to really, truly understand your own strategy, your own authority, your own mechanics. Because the cellular structure has to get rid of the old shit in order to take on the mutation. And the knowing of that mutation, it cannot land in the cells if they're full of junk. And this year, there's been all kinds of distraction, all kinds of junk out there. And the whole time, the program has been saying, hey, I am here bringing this mutation to the planet. Can you assimilate to the mutation? And you are not going to know that until you know it. So I kind of went all over the map here, but I really want you to know that the beauty of design is very, very, very complex and yet so beautifully simple. Get out of your own way. Don't let the mind make decisions. Don't let the mind push you to make money or force yourself to be in a relationship or, don't let the mind pull you into directions or manifestations or thought processes or stress that aren't good for you. Don't let your mind pull you into using your energy for something that is absolutely futile and asinine. Trust your strategy and authority. Get out of your head. Witness the beautiful navigation of your vessel. Walk on this planet, in amongst the crisis, in amongst all of the delusion, in amongst the awakening and the awareness, or not, in amongst the mutation, in amongst the diversity, in amongst all of this provocation. Witness your body navigate on this plane through strategy and authority. And just begin to recognize the beauty of that. That the vessel, when loved and cared for, by getting the frickin' mind out of the way, it will honor you. We can all be courageous. We can all be daring. But is there honor within that? That is a massive, massive question. Can you honor your vessel? So on that note, I love all the interaction on the YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate it. I also appreciate sticking with me in amongst all the inconsistency of when or how I post my videos. I am right in the midst of creating the self-mastery movement. I have so many pieces of material sitting around here that I'm accumulating for those students that are literally ready to let go of all the excuses the mind can put in the way, so that they can absolutely drop in to the beauty and honor their own vessel. So my time has been really making content for that. It's also summer. I have been harvesting dandelions and harvesting nettle and harvesting curly dock so that I can have a plethora of dehydrated powders to fuel my body. I'm on this beautiful piece of land and I get to consume what this land presents to me. There's wild strawberries and wild raspberries and plantain and wild cabbage. There's so many beautiful things that just have popped up here. So I just want to really thank you very much for sticking with me in my inconsistency as I build out my program, as I come on as an instructor and teacher of at the BG5 Business Institute as well. I'm going to leave some links below if that is of interest to you, if you want to become a certified business consultant. And I just am so grateful that I get to play in this energy, play with this system, and just have a really, really awesome time with it. So again, thank you, and we will see you the next time a video is created. Bye.